Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for January 15. Government will be embarking on a major debt reduction program as it seeks to conclude discussions with the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips says government is now aiming for a primary surplus of 7.5% of the country's gross domestic product, GDP. A primary surplus is money the government has left over after servicing its debt.
The targeted reductions in our debt to GDP ratio will require a combination of measures, including revenue enhancement, or just to be clear, let me put it another way, tax measures will be required, wage restraint, a firm commitment on wage restraint in the public sector is likely to be a prior action requirement of the program.
Dr. Phillips was addressing a special press briefing at Jamaica House on Monday. He said government would also be prioritizing its expenditure while divesting public assets as part of efforts to reduce the debt, which currently stands at $1.7 trillion. In the meantime, the finance minister confirmed that a comprehensive review of the tax waiver and incentive program has been completed.
We have agreed also that there should be completed by year-end, calendar year 2013, preparation of omnibus incentives legislation and a Charities Act which will form the framework of new arrangements in this regard.
He said the country would receive a full report on the IMF discussions as soon as information becomes available. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Portia Simpson has reiterated that the government is working on a number of investments to stimulate the economy. She pointed to a $30 million public-private sector initiative to accelerate the redevelopment of downtown Kingston called the Downtown Kingston Lifestyle Center. In the renewable energy sector, the Jamaica Public Service Company's expansion project for 360 megawatts of power is still ongoing.
We encourage the local private sector to participate and respond to the request for proposals for the 115 megawatts of renewable energy that is being added to the grid.
4 motion seismographs will be installed across the Kingston metropolitan area to heighten the country's readiness for high-magnitude earthquakes. The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, is donating $30,000 to the University of the West Indies Earthquake Unit to install the equipment. The motion seismographs, which are designed to measure high earth vibrations, will be positioned on buildings to help monitor the response of those and other structures during major earthquakes. 16 firefighters left the island on the weekend for Cuba to work on the U.S. Naval Station in Guantanamo Bay. The group was selected after the naval base expressed interest in recruiting Jamaican firefighters as part of a continuous pool of skilled and certified persons available for dispatch upon request. Before their departure, Labour and Social Security Minister Derek Hellier encouraged the firefighters to perform well and maintain Jamaica's reputation of having a marketable workforce.
Clearly, as ambassadors for us, if you do well, it simply means that when they want more people, they will call on us.
Jamaica has been deploying workers to Cuba under the Guantanamo Bay recruitment program since 1962. The 14 men and 2 women who will be engaged in various skilled vocations will join approximately 1,000 Jamaicans who are already working on the island. And finally, community colleges should pull together and certify those members of the Jamaican workforce that have no qualification for employment. Education Minister Ronald Thwaites made that call while bringing greetings at the 17th Conference of the Council of Community Colleges of Jamaica in St. Ann.
Yours is the entry point that which alone can rescue that 70% of the Jamaican workforce which has no certification and therefore start and continue at a disadvantage.
He added that just like academics, emphasis needed to be placed on technical and vocational subjects, as these disciplines contribute significantly to the development of the country. And that's it for GIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
Community colleges. And that's it for this week's edition of Jamaica House Weekly. We'll return next week for the latest out of the Office of the Prime Minister.